Hi, pastors and tech leaders and church leaders. I want to share with you something that I created. My name is Ken Schultz. I'm a pastor in Plainfield, Illinois, and I created something made by a pastor for pastors that I think really can help you bring the gospel to the world. So I'm excited to show it to you. Let me just quickly show it. I just 10x'd this, so it works 10 times better than when I first released it a couple months ago. And so if you already have it, you want to get the update. So basically, you can translate from English to Spanish or many other languages. It can work locally for free on your system. So there's all the different languages that you can translate into, and you have high quality voices, male, female, to export the audio out to. And people would be listening in your congregation with headphones or earbuds, something like that. They can use translation headsets, or they can use a phone app that I just created. So they can just dial it in on their phone and use their own earbuds and listen in. So there's no hardware cost to it, which is part of the way I designed it, because I don't know about you, budgets are always tight. So this is absolutely free. I hope you'll enjoy it, and it'll be something that'll help you bring the gospel. So let me just show you how it works if you haven't heard it, how it works and the quality of it yet. So here we go. You just click Start Translation. It's going to take a second or two to ramp up a little bit the first time out, because it's got to get the transcription engine and the TTS and everything else going. But once that gets
Aumente un
going,
poco la velocidad al principio para que el motor de transcripción y el sistema de síntesis de voz funcionen correctamente. Y todo lo demás, pero una vez que esto comienza.
and you can hear it's almost real time. And it's something that you can start using in your
Puede
congregation
oír
this
que es
Sunday. It's
casi en
free.
tiempo real. Y es algo que podrán empezar a utilizar en su congregación este domingo. Es gratuito.
Now, I want to show you also another feature of it that I just put into it, which is a screen
quiero
that you can
mostrarle
put
otra
out
característica
onto a
que he
projector
desarrollado.
or a monitor for
He
somebody to
introducido
watch
que es
and
una
read the
pantalla que se
translation
puede
as
proyectar.
well. So they're hearing the audio and then reading the
También
translation
proporcionar un
as
monitor
well.
para que alguien pueda
And
ver y leer la traducción.
I'm going to turn this
Así que
off
están aquí, escuchando el audio y
and
leyendo la traducción al mismo tiempo.
give you a little more of a tour of it right now. It's completely configurable. That's what I like about it. You can configure it in so many different ways for your special use case. It uses Olama locally on your computer, so you can use what I was just doing right now. Does not require internet. You can be on the mission field and you can translate to Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, French, Haitian, Creole, just absolutely without internet on a laptop. And with the new app, you don't have to take any other hardware. As long as they have their own cell phones, they can listen over their internet connection right in to this server. Now, what you're looking at is the server of it. This is what the tech person would start as you start to preach. I wouldn't have it on during the music. That will confuse the transcription models. But as soon as you start to preach, just hit Start Translation. It won't miss a word. And you can set directly, like right now I'm using it across the servers. It's actually using servers at my church here at home where I'm broadcasting, and I'm just connecting via some server things. Please don't connect to those servers. Actually, you can't. Those are private IPs. But you can also use this. The way I constructed it is you're limited to about 10 languages if you use it without internet. But if you want, you can use API connections to servers if you have strong internet here in the United States. So one of them is Google. And you do have to pay per use, but in 4 services, you might use $1 or $2 for transcription fees. And then this opens up to high quality voices from around the world, hundreds of voices that you can use for high quality output of languages. And if you want to go completely offline, you don't have hardware that's going to run it, you can use a service called Groq, and I can get you information on how to use these. And I would pick like this 20 billion parameter model. I've got guides on what to do, but now this is working completely over the internet, and so you don't have to have a high-powered machine. Now, if you're taking it and you don't want to connect to internet, I would say like an M4 is a great choice, or a Ryzen 7 or 9 with like 32 megabytes of memory. and there's stuff in the README files on what you can use there. But now this is going to work completely using the models. I need to set the language, so let's set a different language than Spanish this time. Let's find here one. How about Polish? So I'm just going to pick Polish, and now I need to find a high quality voice, otherwise it won't sound right. So you want to find a Polish voice from Google, and like I said, if you're using the Google APIs, it opens up a lot more voices. There's Polish, and you want to use the standard voices. These are more expensive, but the standard voices are just fine, as you'll hear in just a second. And so I've got everything set. You set your input device, your microphone. It's transcribing my words, or you can have it set right into your sound system, so it just takes a feed off the sound system, and then the output speaker that it's going to it. You can use a radio transmitter with headsets, or directly to the app, and then they can control it right on their app on their phone. So if I start translating, now it should translate me to Spanish in just a few seconds as soon as it catches up with...
Zaczynam tłumaczyć. Teraz powinno mnie przetłumaczyć na hiszpański w tylko kilka sekund, jak tylko nadąży.
I'm sorry, this is to Polish.
Przepraszam.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me by still waters,
Pan jest
and
moim
he restores
pasterzem,
my
niczego mi
soul.
nie braknie.
He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake.
Prowadzi
So
mnie
even
do
though I walk
zielonych
through the valley of
pastwisk.
the shadow of death,
Prowadzi
I
mnie
will
nad
fear no
spokojne
evil, for
wody
your
i
rod
odnawia
and your
moją
staff,
duszę.
they comfort me. You
On mnie
prepare a
prowadzi
table
w
in the
przeszłej
presence of my enemies, and
sprawiedliwości
you
dla
anoint
Jego
my head with
imienia,
oil.
więc nawet
And
gdy
surely
idę do
goodness
doliny
and
cienia
mercy shall
śmierci,
follow me
nie
all the
będę się
days of my
bał.
life, and I shall dwell in the house of the
Nie
Lord
obawiaj
forever.
się zła, bo Twoja laska i kij dają mi pocieszenie. Przygotowujesz stół w obecności wrogów i ich irytujesz. Zasłonięty jestem oliwą, a moje głowy wypełniła się oliwą. I wciąż będzie mi dobro i łaska, i będę mieszkał w domu Pana na wieki. Pan na wieki.
So just want to show you that you could also have the screen on here, and it would also give
Więc po prostu
on
chcę
a
Ci
large
pokazać,
screen
że
to a
mogłeś
projector
też
or
mieć.
something, the same thing in Polish.
Miej ekran tutaj, a to samo pojawi się na dużym ekranie, na przykład na projektorze. Rzecz po polsku.
And if you want to change to another language, you can just pick, let's say Arabic. Okay, and I can switch my output voice. I can look for Arabic voice to translate to. So I'm going to just pick a standard Arabic and hit start translation again. And now you should be able to see it starting to translate. You'll see the Arabic characters.
ابدأ الترجمة مرة أخرى، والآن يجب أن تكون قادرا على رؤيتها تبدأ. عند الانتقال سترى الأحرف العربية.
God is my refuge and my strength and my ever-present help in times of trouble. Therefore, I will not fear, though the earth gives way and the
الله
mountains
ملاذي
fall to the heart
وقوتي
of the sea.
ومساعدتي الدائمة في أوقات الشدة. لذلك لا أخاف أن تنهار الأرض وتسقط الجبال في قلب البحر.
So with that current conviction, the software is free, but with that current configuration using API models to connect, it might cost you a few dollars a month with 4 services. It's not going to cost you a fortune because you're paying pennies for the transcription time. And I've tested a lot, and I really have not seen more than a few pennies going out, maybe a few dollars here or there, but it's going to be really cheap for you to use. What I like about this is it's completely configurable. As new models come out, as you can see, these are all different models that you could use from this service, Groq. But you have others. You could use OpenAI with it. You could use Grok with a K. I would suggest Grok with a Q because their inference time is extremely fast. It's the fastest, like probably 10 times the inference time of the other services. But Mistral is a French company. So it depends on the language you're translating. You can pick different models. This also can use with local models through Ollama is a way to put, and I have on my own server hundreds of models that I could choose. If I were to do it Most of the time, I'll probably just use Translate Gemma. It's a small model, about 4 billion parameters, and it'll run on a laptop. So it's a great model. So you choose the models, and there's information on what to do. You choose your output device, input device. And because we're using different hardware, different speakers, here's where you can put your API keys in. You just cut and paste from Google Cloud your API key, or I have Grok in here right now. You can also set them in an ENV file so they're completely protected. Nobody can steal them. You can have your own system prompt where you can give the model some additional instructions on how they are to translate for you so that it can be more accurate. And then also, this is the translation display settings. You can set how you want that to look. So if I want my translation display to be in blue, I can just do that and save it, and it's going to change it to blue. I'm going to switch back to a larger view because I just realized you're not seeing it in the larger view. So these are all the different settings that you can go through and change, custom set how that display is going to look. These other are performance settings that determine how your CPU processes, and depending on the type of CPU or brain of your computer that you're using, you may want to have some custom settings in here, or how fast you want it to translate. So you know that you have some quality versus speed options you have here, and like with your depending on the system you're running, you may want to use less cores or more cores of the processor, and you can set that. You also have the choice on the transcription. If maybe you have a little bit of accent to your voice and it's having trouble getting with, you can increase the size of the transcription model. Base seems good for most things, but every once in a while you can move it upward. The compute device, what are you using? Are you using a Mac Metal GPU or a CPU only, or CUDA? These are just technical things that you can do. And then kind of the speed of the audio text synchronization, you can set that. There's ways to get it to sync better to your situation. So it's very configurable. I use it. I've been using it for over a year. Some of the newer features are brand new to it. And it works extremely well. So pastors, I hope you'll try to use this and try to reach people from around the world with a system like this. Whether you're out on the mission field or in your church, it opens up the gospel so that you could have, like heaven, everybody listening in their own language, or like the day of Pentecost, and being able to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ. So I hope you'll use it. It's a GoGospelNow real-time preaching translator. Go to GoGospelNow.com and you can click and get to the GitHub page and download it and start using it. I would play around with it a little bit and get it to work exactly the way you like it. But may this bless your ministry. And if it's a help to you and you want to donate to the project, it's free to use. You can buy me coffee on the site and contribute to what I'm trying to do to reach people with the gospel of Jesus Christ. So thanks for taking your time to listen to me.